Hi, Professor. So, in this video, I'll be sharing my reflections on the lecture about research approaches. So, I noticed the research worldwide transform in unexpected ways. Before, I had pictured research, it has a checklist of machines. It's just like asking a questions or collecting data, analyzing and report. So, but the professor's point of view, like professor's statements on the difference between the systematic and programmatic, discredited it's such as notion. It was like I was agreeing when he described programmatic research as it's inflexible, like has completing boxes. So that resonated with me personally, as I tend to approach like assignments with the same, it's just get it done, this kind of mindset. So this explanation that a genuine systematic process is adaptive and rational, so where each step flows into the next. It's almost revolutionary for me. It was made me see what I could slow down and connect the steps like more intelligently. And I look at the research as a dynamic activity rather than the rigid process. So, in the another observation that struck me was it's emphasizing critical thinking as a core of research. So the professor framed it has um, not remembering models. It also, but learning to challenge assumptions and evaluating bias and question even it's a trusted sources. So these observation hit me straight in my daily life, whether I'm scrolling through social media or glancing at a headline. I naturally take information too readily. The lecture also remind me that as a student and subsequently as a researcher, so I need to be a reviewer. I'm not merely a consumer as well, for sure. And the realization it's confirmed what I already sensed. um, by knowledge what I already sensed. And the knowledge is not necessarily reliable. um, it's it's just because it carries an research tag. So the argument on basic research and applies research also give me some leeway of for reflection on my own motives. So for example, the examples from the professor showed that there must be both, one being curiosity driven and the other practically driven. I was torn, for I am drawn to both because my curiosity leads to me ask why. And it's similar to basic research, but also I want to apply those discoveries in useful manners. So within in my own field of artificial intelligence, so this double pull is true to one degree. So I love exploring like neural networks learning, but to another, I want to take that understanding and apply it to solving problems in healthcare. And this crossing on of my own experience led to realize that my research trajectory need not to be either or. It can be both, for sure. At the same time, I experienced a bit of confusion and even disagreement with how broadly research was sometimes defined. So if everything um, we we do to ask and answer questions can be classified as research, so does that make the term lose its depth? No. So I struggled with this dilemma, but I think the professor wanted us to struggle with it. So to understand the definitions in academics are not so clear and absolute. So finally, what touched me the most is was the professor telling us to not put the research on the pedestal instead. It 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 has to be seen as a dialogue, one which can join query and sometimes questions. And it's that insight shifted my perspective. It remind me that to be an academic is not to blindly. It has to accept prevailing frameworks, but also to use them critically and creatively. Both can works, and personally this can both empowering and humbling. This empowering because I feel like my voice has a place in that conversation, and humbling is it's because it means I have to take that responsibility seriously. So ultimately, these lectures give me both confirmations of um, what I had always suspected, and new discoveries, and that opened up my thinking. So it led me with questions too. So but I think that's exactly what meaningful reflection should do. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.